The holidays are almost upon us, and chances are you're looking to get your kid or somebody else's kid a Nintendo Switch, which means you're already off to a great start because the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic console for both kids and adults. But now you're wondering, what games will your kid like? There's just so many different options out there, and it can be so hard figuring out exactly what to get. Well, that's why I'm here. And if you've never been on my channel before, I'm extremely passionate about video games, and I remember what it was like playing games as a kid. I've been playing games since I was 2 years old, and there has never really been a point in my life when games were not important. That is something I want to recommend right now. A lot of the games I'm going to recommend you are fun for the entire family. So I encourage you parents out there, aunts, uncles, or whomever, to play these games with your kids, because honestly some of my most fond memories come from playing games with my family growing up. So with that said, here's a list of the top 15 best games kids will enjoy for the Nintendo Switch this holiday. I will also post some more recommendations in the comments below, and if I do forget anything that you think deserves to be on this list, let me know so others can discover those games as well. With that said, let's get right into the list. At number 15, I have Super Mario Party, and this is really a franchise that I have a lot of fond memories with when I was a kid, because I would play this with my family, and really, Mario Party is basically a virtual board game. You roll the dice to move so many spaces, and depending on where you land, you can be rewarded or punished. At the end of each turn, you get to play one of 80 different mini games, and whoever wins gets a prize, such as coins. These coins are then used to acquire stars, and whoever has the most stars by the end of the game wins. It does require some luck, some strategy, and it's a blast to play with the entire family. Do keep in mind that this game was not designed with the Switch Lite in mind though. It does require you to use the Joy-Cons for several different mini-games. Kirby may look like a cute little gumball, but don't let that fool you because Kirby may be one of the most powerful video game characters as he sucks up his enemies and can transform his powers depending on what he swallows. Kirby Star's Allies does shake up the formula though, and it really is a game that emphasizes cooperative gameplay to achieve your goal, though you can play with AI computers as well if need be. Like many platformers, your goal is to reach the end of the level, but with all of the different abilities Kirby can achieve, whether through himself or combining his powers with his newfound friends, you can experiment on several different abilities. Maybe you want to combine fire with your sword, or instead you like electric. Well, you can do that. Kirby Star's Allies is a little on the easier side of things, and because of this, I think it can be a great game for kids who isn't really ready for challenging games just yet. Speaking of the 90s, we have all heard of the blue dude with the tood, Sonic the Hedgehog, and all these years later, Sonic still remains one of the best gaming franchises on the entire market. And I think the best Sonic game right now is Sonic Mania. It harps back to the 90s with that pixelated art style, and the platforming is just so smooth. You can play as several different characters ranging from Sonic to Knuckles, Tails, and even a few other new additions. Each has their own unique playstyle, and the levels are brilliantly made with multiple routes to take. And if your kid likes it enough, there is also Sonic shows and a new movie coming out next year. Sonic Mania though may actually be Sonic at his best, and as always, you gotta go fast. A lot of the time when we see shooting games, they're a little bit more on the violent side of things. But with Splatoon 2, it's completely different. Instead of shooting enemies with bullets, you instead are given an assortment of different paint-based weapons. This can range from weapons like snipers to assault rifles to even paint grenades. And your entire objective is to paint more of the level than the opposing team. You can shoot enemies to knock them out for a brief amount of time, but the main goal is map control. And one of the really fun things about Splatoon is the characters themselves, and that's because they're squid-like abilities, because any part of the level that they have painted, you can swim underground. And while yes, this is a multiplayer-focused game, it does, however, have a single-player campaign as well, and I'd highly recommend Splatoon 2. One of the first games I really fell in love with as a kid was Donkey Kong Country. And here we are in 2019, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is just as good as I remembered in the 90s. Some people even consider this game to be a masterpiece for its well-crafted levels, outstanding music, and tight platforming. The art style is very vibrant and looks fantastic, and depending on which character you're using, they do have different abilities. This is something I can see kids enjoying a lot with cute characters, and even the enemies are well designed. It is a little bit more challenging than some of the other games on this list though, which is why I didn't rank it higher, but this is one of the best 2D platformers on the market. At number 10, I have Spyro Reignited, and chances are if you ever played games in the 90s, you may have actually seen Spyro the Purple Dragon at one point in time, because actually Spyro Reignited is a remake of those games made in the 90s. And yes, I did say games, as in plural, because this is actually 3 separate games in one package, and the quality is outstanding. These are some of the best 3D platformer games of all time, hands down, which is why I was so ecstatic when they remade these games almost 2 decades later after the original releases. You get to explore several different worlds, gliding platform to platform, beating up baddies, searching for gems, and saving other dragons. And let's be honest, kids love dragons, and Spyro is a really cool mascot. Rocket League may look simple on the surface. It combines cars with soccer, or football if you're located outside of the United States. But this game is one of the most fun games I've ever played. The cars are fast with their boosting abilities and can even fly off the ground as you jump into the air. You can climb walls for cool trick shots, and the thing about Rocket League is, everybody can understand the objective. Push the ball into the opposing goal. It's a lot of fun, and you can play local multiplayer as well. I will say though that Rocket League is best when you play online, but can also be enjoyable just playing against AI opponents as well. However, because of the online play, this one is probably best for older kids. The Super Mario Bros. Franchise is one of the most recognizable franchises of all time, and for good reason. This franchise can be enjoyed by pretty much anybody, no matter the age, and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is no exception. As soon as you boot up the game, you're welcomed by that also addictive Mario music. And one thing that Nintendo does so well with their games is they have amazing level design. While the first world may be what you kind of expect, the world after may change it to a snowy winter wonderland, or a desert landscape, and with each world gives you new challenges. But one thing I think is so fun about New Super Mario Bros. Is its multiplayer capability, which allows for multiple players to control their own character. This is where the magic truly stands, as you will be in for a chaotic fun time, bouncing off each other's heads, trying to reach the end of the level. While Mario has been hogging all the glory for years and years, Luigi has quietly got his own great franchise with Luigi's Mansion, and Luigi's Mansion 3 is the best of them yet. Luigi's Mansion 3 is basically Ghostbusters meets the Mario world, and when Luigi and his friends visit a hotel, spooky things end up happening to where Luigi, the scaredy cat brother, then has to navigate the mansion-like hotel to save his friends from all of the spooky ghosts. He sucks them up and smashes them into the ground till they meet their demise in Luigi's vacuum. It's never actually really a scary game, but it is a very cute game, and not only is Luigi's animations absolutely adorable, but the story itself can be cute with all of the voices that characters do in their Mario-esque language. The boss encounters are also very fun and creative, which is actually one of the highlights in the game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of the best fighting games to ever exist. It's a tribute to game history and offers more than 70 different characters to play, which is absolutely insane. This can range from Mario to Sonic, Kirby, Splatoon characters, Pikachu, and a ton more. And let's face it, kids love fighting and seeing which character is the most powerful of them all. In Smash Bros., your goal is to knock your opponent off the level, and you even get items to have that chaotic fun with. This is a game anybody can jump into and have fun, and it can be as in-depth or as simple as you want it to be. And because there is so many different characters, It will bring your kids joy to see their favorites in this massive roster. Let's be honest, kids love adorable animal-like creatures, and Yoshi is arguably the cutest of them all, especially in Yoshi's Crafted World. And not only is Yoshi cute exploring this cardboard-based world, but this is a fun game for younger kids in specific, though people can enjoy it at all ages. It's not a very difficult game. It's very forgiving, the objective is easy to understand, it offers fun platforming mechanics, and again, just look how adorable it is. The level design is done with that classic Nintendo flavor, which basically means it's brilliantly done. But this oozes cuteness, and being Yoshi, you can eat your enemies and turn them into eggs. Really, this is a fantastic game for younger kids. 3D Mario games have always been good, but Mario Odyssey is the absolute best. And I think kids will really enjoy this, as it will allow them to not only explore a colorful world filled with plenty of things to discover, but the main mechanic of the game will capture their imagination as well. The reason for this is because Mario can throw his new hat friend, Cappy, at an object or enemy, and then transfer his body into said creature or object. This means Mario can turn into a frog, a Goomba, or even a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and take on their abilities. It's a really fun mechanic, and it also will allow your kids to think creatively to solve a puzzle. Super Mario Odyssey really is a great game from beginning to end, and I'd recommend this game to absolutely anybody, no matter the age. I started playing Pokemon when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and for the next 3 to 4 years, there was absolutely nothing in my world better than Pokemon. I had to have the toys, the movies, the clothes, the shows, cards, and so on and so forth. Even today, I still play this amazing franchise. Fast forward from its original release in 2019, and Pokemon is still capturing the imagination of kids around the entire world. And this holiday, a new Pokemon just released by the name of Pokemon Sword and Shield. And with more than 400 different Pokemon to capture, your kid too may be absorbed into the Pokemon world, as he or she befriends Pokemon and battles several other trainers to become the best there ever was. Alternatively, you can also choose to get Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which has a little bit of a different art style, and it's a remake of the original Red and Blue from 1996. It has the original 151 Pokemon, but you cannot battle wild Pokemon, but instead you can ride several of the bigger Pokemon that kids may really enjoy. While Legos may have been popular when I was a kid, Minecraft has really taken over this generation and has become sort of a virtual Legos. And as with the two previous games, Minecraft will capture the imagination of a kid as they go on to build whatever their heart desires, whether that be a simple house or something much more complex. And that's because Minecraft is so much more than virtual Legos. There are several enemies in the world. You can explore to find new items or minerals. You can build cart tracks. You can get a pet dog, ride a pig, and the list goes on and on. There is a reason that kids love this game so much, and one thing to keep in mind here is your kid is also learning at the same time. Some schools even installs this on computers to allow kids to play. It really does bring out the creativity in your child. And the number one game goes to none other than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And that's because almost anybody who plays this game enjoys it. It doesn't matter about the age at all. It's just so much fun racing in Mario Kart 8. There is a plethora of different characters and karts to choose from. It has plenty of weapons for chaotic fun, and that's the thing. Even if you're in last place, you're never truly out of the race. And because of the way the game works, it gives you more powerful weapons if you're struggling so you can catch back up. And that is one of the things that is so enjoyable about Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is a ton of fun to play with the entire family. My favorite game when I was a kid was actually a kart racing game by the name of Diddy Kong Racing, and I would always play it with my family, and I remember it very specifically even to this day. And Mario Kart 8 may arguably be the best kart racing game of all time. This is something that your child may remember for the rest of their life. Anyways though, that's it for this video, but I hope it helped you discover some great games for your kids. But if I did forget anything that you think deserves to be on this list, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that bell notification and subscribe button. Peace out.